Okay, so Elon Musk, robotaxis. Are we on the verge of a real-life sci-fi movie? You guys sent in a CNBC article about this Tesla event, and let me tell you, the setting alone, Warner Bros. Studio lot, hush hush, very intriguing.
Yeah, talk about setting the stage, right?
Right.
It's totally on brand for Musk, though. Gotta love the
Yeah.
theatrics. But it's also, I mean, think about it. They're controlling the environment. Perfect for those autonomous vehicle demos. Keeps everything nice and predictable.
It's all about controlling the narrative. And speaking of which, two new vehicles.
Two.
The Cybercab, sleek, two-seater.
Okay.
Musk says under $30,000.
Under $30,000.
Yeah. What do you think? I mean, that's a bold claim.
It's a very bold claim. I mean, under $30,000 for something like that. It's ambitious, even for Musk, right? Remember the whole affordable Model 3 saga?
Oh, yeah.
Promised at $35,000, took quite a while to actually make that happen. We've seen this before.
We've been here. Okay, but then hold on to your hats. So then he unveils the Robovan. It's like a futuristic shuttle bus. 20-person capacity, they say. Imagine. Airport pickups, right?
Yeah, airport pickups. I mean, it's a cool concept, but realistically, even if the technology is there, the regulations, the infrastructure, getting the public comfortable with driverless buses, that's a whole other ballgame.
It's a lot. Okay, but then it gets really interesting. Musk, he rolls up in the Cybercab, no steering wheel,
No steering wheel.
no pedals, gone. Fully autonomous, he declares. And get this, he says they have 50 of these autonomous cars on site.
50.
50. So is it real this time? Are we actually in the future?
Hold on. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Autonomous, what does that even mean, right?
Yeah.
There are levels to this. The Society of Automotive Engineers, they have these levels of autonomy. Level 1, that's your basic cruise control. Level 5, that's full automation, no human needed, period. So the question is, were these cars truly level 5, driving themselves through LA traffic to get to the event? Or were they pre-positioned, operating within the controlled environment of that studio lot? Big difference.
Big difference. And speaking of big, Musk also says Tesla's full self-driving FSD unsupervised in Texas and California by next year. Model 3, Model Y, no supervision. That feels like a giant leap even for Tesla.
It's a huge claim, for sure, because right now, even with all the advancements, FSD still requires a human driver, hands on the wheel, ready to take over at any moment. Plus, you've got regulators. They're really starting to scrutinize Tesla's safety data, especially with all these claims about autonomy. They need to show the receipts.
Yeah, and let's be honest, this isn't Musk's first rodeo when it comes to bold predictions about self-driving cars. I mean, 2015, he said full autonomy within 3 years. Remember the cross-country road trip? No human intervention. 2017, million robotaxis on the road by 2020. I'm starting to notice a theme here.
Are you seeing a pattern? So are these actual deadlines, or are they more like aspirations, goals? Because it begs the question, where is the technology actually at? That's the million-dollar question.
It is, and you know what? Let's dig into that.
It's really complex stuff, you know? It's like, how do you teach a computer to see the world the way we do? Like with all the nuances, all the split-second decisions we make without even thinking about it, based on instinct, experience.
Right, and you look at other companies working on this, right? Some of them decades of experience in the car industry, and they're taking a much more cautious approach.
Oh, absolutely.
Smaller steps, lots of testing, working closely with regulators.
Incremental progress.
Iris.
Rigorous testing, collaboration. It makes sense, though, right? I mean, the stakes are high.
For sure, totally. And then there's Musk, right? Like disruption, pushing boundaries. I get it. That's worked for him before. Look at SpaceX, space exploration, but with self-driving cars, with lives on the line, does that approach still work?
Yeah, that's the big question, because at the end of the day, when you look at the track record, the reality is the timelines haven't always matched up.
Yeah. So, okay, I'm just a regular person listening to this, right? I've been hearing about self-driving cars for years. What's the takeaway? Like, realistically, when can I ditch my car keys and just hail a robotaxi?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? It's easy to get caught up in the hype, but I think it comes down to, separating the hype from the reality. Autonomous vehicles, they have huge potential, could revolutionize transportation.
Oh, yeah. Imagine commuting, shipping, how cities are designed even.
Exactly. But if we're talking about Tesla specifically,
Right.
their track record with these really ambitious timelines, especially for full autonomy,
Yeah.
it's been a bit mixed, to put it mildly.
So maybe not ordering a robotaxi on my phone next year.
I'd say probably best to keep your expectations in check. This is a marathon, not a sprint, an evolution, not a revolution. And like any new tech, there are still a lot of questions that need answers. Practical questions like how well does this actually work in the real world? And, ethical considerations too.
Right, like who's liable if something goes wrong? How do we make sure these systems are secure? Can't hack a car, right?
Exactly. Those are challenges everyone working on this technology is going to have to address.
Yeah.
But I don't want to be all doom and gloom here
Yeah.
because progress is happening. Maybe not as fast as some people want, but it is happening.
So, okay, what should we be watching for in the coming months, even years? What are the signs that things are moving in the right direction? The green flags.
Well, I'd say, number one, look at how Tesla's FSD is actually performing in real-world tests, not just these controlled demos. Are we seeing fewer accidents, fewer near misses?
Okay, yeah.
Are regulators starting to get on board with this technology? Those are big ones.
Real world results, regulatory approval, what else?
Public perception, that's huge. Are people actually comfortable sharing the road with driverless cars? Are they ready to, fully hand over control to algorithms?
That's a big one, yeah. It's one thing to watch a cool demo, right? It's another thing to actually get in a car with no driver.
It is, isn't it? It's like a mental hurdle, are we ready for this? And it makes you wonder, with all this talk about robotaxis, driverless cars, it's not just about the tech, right?
Yay.
Regulations, public perception, it all has to come together.
It's true. It makes you think, what if Tesla actually does it? What if Musk is right? What if this unsupervised, full self-driving, it's not science fiction, it's next year? How would that change your life? Would you even own a car?
Would you personally get in a robotaxi, knowing there's no human driver? Think about it. Would you let your kids in a robotaxi? It's a whole different way of thinking about transportation, about safety, about, I don't know, trust even.
Yeah, and imagine, would you even own a car? Or would it be more like, you subscribe to a robotaxi service and then your commute's different, right? Instead of stressing out in traffic, you're working, or, I don't know, reading a book.
It's a completely different world.
Yeah.
And it's coming, whether we're ready or not. There's no roadmap for this. This is new territory. We're going from science fiction to reality right before our eyes. The future of transportation is, well, it's going to be very, very interesting, that's for sure.
That's a great place to leave it. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be, well, who knows? But hopefully this deep dive gave everyone listening a little bit more to think about when it comes to Elon Musk, Tesla, and this whole robotaxi revolution. Thanks for listening, everybody, and we'll catch you on the next deep dive.